Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 189. You realize we're only 11 episodes away from episode 200.
Yeah.
Yep.
Getting close.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of episodes this month that all of us are taking part, not being a part of.
Right.
Just letting everybody know. So we got this episode next week. We got an episode, or the episode this week, episode next week, episode week after that, and episode week after that.
Son of a.
So what is it? This week, of course, we have Lansdowne going to be joining us. Next week, we will have Treasure and Gears joining us. The following week, we will have Enemy joining us. And the following week, we will have Outlier joining us.
Oh, my God.
Busy,
It's jam-packed, folks.
It is. Going into October, we got to get them all in before we want to take our holiday break.
No
What
shit.
holiday break? We don't get a break.
No rest for the wicked.
No rest for the music, the passionate music junkies here at the Sound 228.
What we should do is try and aim it so that our 200th episode is the end of year roundup.
That's
So
impossible.
that means we have to put 11 episodes between now and the end of the year.
Jared, get working, dude.
It's probably like one a week.
It is.
Yeah.
It literally. So next week would be 190, 191, 192. We would have to do one every week in November and one every week in December in order to hit 200 at year end.
Ugh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's a lot. But we're troopers.
Or 200 could be the New Year's celebration.
And that's a lot in not trying to be an asshole or anything, but that's a lot in with retail kicking in.
Yeah,
Black Friday and holiday.
Yeah, and your that is a lot.
Yeah.
Just got nauseous thinking about it.
What's everybody been listening to?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first just so I can make Lisa happy.
Yeah, okay. So Kevin went to Louder Than Life, so I want to hear what he has to say about that.
So one of the bands was Bad Omens, and I had never seen them live. I did recognize a few songs from radio airplay and things like that, but seeing them live was a totally different aspect of it. Fucking loved them and went and even bought the shirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to clip that with the old like they're not a radio band. I don't know a lot about them. They're not a radio band.
Well, there are a couple. I mean, Just Pretend, of course, is just that was TikTok famous.
Yeah.
But listening
Yeah,
to some of the older stuff,
converted.
and like a Villain is one of my favorites that they've put out. I love that fucking song. So
Their live shit was good though, Kevin. The
they were,
performance.
dude. I was walking with my back to the stage when they started, and I immediately stopped but on that note, the band that did not impress me was Sleep Token.
All right.
I
What did you not?
I did not like their live show at all. At one point, I walked from the bottom floor to the third floor of the VIP to look over, and the entire song was instrumental. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, and see, that was I think if I could clip some of my comments on the show about them, the thing it is about them is that they're playing these festivals where it's like high energy, high rock, especially Sonic Temple. I'm assuming Louder Than Life's close to that. It's
Right.
just heavy, just aggressive shit all day long. And then they come on with their vibe and their tempo, from what I remember and what I've seen, is a little bit lower tempo, lower vibe. It's still good. It's like once you've seen all this aggressive shit, it just brings the energy down. And that's sometimes
They come out and it was really high tempo.
okay.
But when they go through their catalog, their set list, there is some really slow tempoed stuff.
Mhm.
And by no means the music is good. I have no complaints. They are really good. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, that's what I say. I don't think they're bad. Like they're very talented band.
Yeah.
Oh, there ain't no doubt about it.
I just saw them last Monday in Brooklyn.
Yes.
And, I've seen Sleep Token in small venues, and I prefer it that way, but I think I've gotten that way for every band, quite frankly. But Sleep Token, a lot of their songs are quite long.
Yes.
And they change tempo throughout the song. It's not like the same thing. Like I think maybe the only song that might be sort of radio friendly that is short enough to be tempo all the way through is Alkaline. And that's old. You know, I mean, a lot of the songs now they're just very different. I mean, and I go for the music, I go for the voice. There's no denying the beautiful voice behind that mask and the talent of the band, especially the
Yeah.
drum.
Well,
Insanely technical and well done. I mean, it's a beautiful performance. But it's also very different when, like, for me in Brooklyn, I was like way far back away from the stage. It's just a different vibe. And I think at a festival as well, when you see them like that far away, it just feels different.
Well,
Than,
and it does. And not only were they that far away, but I was standing by stage one, and they were
Mhm.
playing on stage two, so they
Oh,
were across the field. So you
okay.
really didn't have. I mean, you had to watch the video board to see anything. But
Mhm.
my favorite part of all of that was seeing the bands that we have worked with personally playing these stages.
Mm.
Silent Theory.
Mhm.
They killed it. I mean, they opened up the main stage and absolutely killed it. Enemy. They played the Bourbon stage and they killed it. And at one point, we were all in the same area, and I didn't even realize it, so I didn't even get a chance to talk to them. But just seeing some of the, I was lucky enough to be able to see from a different view. So,
Mhm.
like when Rev Theory, that stage, the whole reason I wanted to go was that stage of 12 Stones and Rev Theory and Hinder and Flyleaf and Crossfade and all of that kind of stuff. Seeing it 30 to 50,000 people deep
Yeah.
from the backside of
Yeah.
the stage is just, and then to be standing there and Maria Brink stands next to you, you're just like, geez. I had to keep my mouth shut. I couldn't. I was like, I told Lisa, she smiled at me and said hello. I'm in love.
Right. I'm pretty sure you got to go through Joe from Dead about that. I want to address Brandy's comment about the Sleep Token fans. That's not Sleep Token fans. I want to make you understand something about being at a festival like that. So when you are at a festival like that and people are crowd surfing over your head all day long, it's a very weighty experience. It's hard to stand there. It's hard to do. I'm not saying it was okay what happened at all. A young lady was dropped. I think that my friend Jane was actually in the crowd there, not far from there. And the people were coming. They were coming so hard and so fast. And you've been doing it all day. You literally can't hold people anymore. You can't do
No.
it.
And
And so I don't want to say it's Sleep Token fans that suck. That's not really the case. It's just, I think by the end of the day, that energy is gone. And so what I would say is that if you know that you can't hold people up anymore, move.
Get out.
yeah,
Move
and
to a place where that's not happening, and let the people who can and are still willing to do so, allow them to do that, because the crowd surfers will not stop coming and people will continue to get hurt. Never mind the people overhead that are getting dropped, but the people underneath who are trying to hold you up, they are physically unable. And I feel like it's gotten so out of hand at these big festivals, because I was nearly crushed to death at a festival by crowd surfers during I Prevail's performance. I know what that feels like. It is the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
Bad
we
for
were
everybody.
and I'll put another note on that as well. And I don't. Lisa's got a point, but I also think that there are a lot of fans there that went to Sleep Token that aren't in the rock and metal scene, because Sleep Token branches out and they don't understand how we look after one another.
Could be.
Because I'm one of those crowd surfers, right?
Yeah, but not
When
20 times.
When I get up there, when I saw Solos in
No,
Malevolence, yeah.
I will say, I'm sorry. I don't, go ahead, finish.
When I get up there, I nearly died while she sleeps crowd surfing, right? I
Yeah,
nearly got dropped on my head.
Yeah.
I know what risk I'm taking when I get up on top of that crowd.
Right.
I agree with that. And I've been in again Sonic Temple 2 years in a row. It's like a friggin' workout, dude. If you're up front and it's a heavy band that's going off,
Yep.
it was non-stop the entire time. You can't even solely focus on the band
Even
because you
watch.
have to constantly be watching that you don't
Right.
get popped in the back of the head. I'm not
Right.
complaining. I think it's a cool experience. I didn't mind. It was kind of a adrenaline rush, kind of paying attention to what's going on and chunking people and making sure people are all right. But I will say this, I wasn't there at this incident that y'all are referring to, but every single crowd and every single stage that I was at both years in a row, everybody looked out for everybody. And yes, some people did fall just because it just happens. Like, the person goes one way, they go another way, somebody's not looking and they hit the ground. Everybody picked everybody up. Mosh pits stopped to get people up off the ground. And I'm talking about big mosh pits stopped to help people get up. So I've never seen any like people trying to hurt people or not help people.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's what we do. We look after our own.
And that happened also from the bands. I Prevail stopped their set because somebody had gotten hurt, so they made everybody spread out so the EMTs could get to them.
Yep.
Hinder did the same thing. They stopped their set because somebody had passed out by the soundboard, so they made sure they got room over there to do that. Somebody else, I forgot there was another band that stopped their set. But you want to talk about momentum killers, and you talk about everything's all fucking high and hot, fast momentum songs and stuff like that. And then you got A Perfect Circle.
Is that they were
and
there?
I literally went.
Right.
Dude.
I was really into that. I saw them. Or who did I see? No, I saw that other band. There's like 3 bands. What's the other band called?
Oh, Pussifer.
Yes. Saw that. And I remember thinking to myself, no.
Yeah, it's out there. Pussifer's out there.
It's the same thing though. Like I said, not my thing, but the momentum of those songs just kind of, it's like the whole festival wait.
It goes back to like Sleep Token though, but almost like what Lisa's saying. I've seen A Perfect Circle back when they were in not clubs for sure, but like the Coliseums, which that's still a big arena, but like first record and right when the second record came out, they're a great freaking band. And that first album, Mir de Noms, is a fucking masterpiece. So, but you're right, they're a different vibe than the whole aggressive
like
shit.
I mean, there are songs from Tool and there are songs from Perfect Circle I can listen to and I have no problems with them and I like them. There ain't a song from Pussifer that I can listen to that I want.
No, I'm with you on that because that's something we agree on, Kevin. While we're on crowd surfing, I'll get into what I've been listening to.
Okay.
So I hit a show, not Friday, just gone Friday before. My boys in Raptors were headlining a hometown show at the Exchange in Bristol. And I managed to take my nephew. I don't get to take him to shows often. He had an absolute fucking blast. I'm close with the boys. As soon as they found out he was my nephew, they treated him like an absolute king all night. And I got him crowd surfing. He lost his crowd surfing virginity. I dragged him up on stage and got him on top of that crowd. And
there's video of it.
But the band that was main support for them was Kite Thief. And they have dropped some absolute bangers these past month or so. So they have been on my radar a lot lately because they put, at least you've seen them live, they put on a killer performance.
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, I've been banging out a lot of Kite Thief lately.
All right.
Lisa, go ahead.
Oh, I think I've probably talked enough.
You gotta tell us before we get into the grudge match.
I've been listening to a lot of Normandy because I'm ready to tell my day job to go fuck itself.
There we go.
I'm trying to like calm down.
Nice.
I listen to a lot of Normandy.
Well, that's a good segue there, Kevin, with that comment. Brendan Starr in the comments right there that you just flashed across the screen. I want to say, as far as the live show goes, we're talking about what I've been listening to live show wise was the benefit that we did at the Sanctuary not too long ago. Man, every band that played that night did a phenomenal job. It was a great night. We had a good time, right, Kevin? Like I said, every performance, man, the sound was sounding good. Jay Eagle had it dialed in. That room is good. The vibe was good. I was so impressed with all the bands that played and had a really good time. And it was for a really good cause. What I've been listening to go back to A Perfect Circle and Sleep Token vibe is I've been listening to a lot of Buckethead lately. I don't know if anybody, Buckethead fans out there, but his music is like crazy across all types of genres, and I've been listening to the like more classical, slow stuff that he's got. So there you go.
All right. Okay. Now let's roll into the grudge match.
Let's do it.
So the grudge match featuring returning champion Envision with their song Siren Song going for the grudge match Hall of Fame, and they are taking on the band Enemy with the video for this. So they just went to radio with the song called The Ledge, but the video has been out for about a year. But since it's new to radio, we've added the video into the grudge match. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. You know how it works. You're going to see two videos. After you see the second video or during the second video, put in the comments video number 1 or video number 2. And at the end of the show, we will know whether they got Envision gets into the Hall of Fame or if Enemy moves on to see a new challenger next week. But we'll go ahead and get it started now. And it is the grudge match. And you're watching the sound.
You feed on my inside. Put it off, but I'm sinking down. I try, but it comes as no surprise. It's never gonna be good enough. There's comfort in the chaos, 'cause it's all I've ever known. If it isn't going wrong, then it doesn't feel like home. Just let fate decide. I feel like it's the climax to it all. Putting all your faith in me. Take it to the end just to watch me as I fall. Concrete shifting below my feet. School of hard knocks and broken teeth. Take another shot, God, I need relief. Someone put me out of my misery. I can't take it. I can't take it. Wasn't worth the rest. There's comfort in the chaos, 'cause it's all I've ever known. If it isn't going wrong, then it doesn't feel
All right, there you have it. That is Enemy with the Ledge, man. That is such a good song.
Yeah, it's a good one. Enemy's been putting out some great tunes.
So a little tidbit of information. We may be seeing Enemy in January down here, Jared.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So,
I've just realised I can't spell for shit either.
a lot of things.
Just realize that.
Well, Jason commented, and I replied saying all our faces are now huge on his TV at home. Just so we all know, by the way, because
I'm
told me.
sorry.
Hey, tell him to take a picture and drop it in the comments to
Oh, boy.
stroke our egos if he could.
No,
No
you
one
don't
needs
use
to see
that.
Hold on.
Yes.
Wait.
All right, they are taking on the champion Envision. Here is the champion. Now it's time to put it into the comments. Envision or Enemy, video number 1 or video number 2. Here is Siren Song from Envision. It's the grudge match, and you're watching this out.
Lay me down in a watery grave. Say a prayer as I'm wasting away. The water in their veins, they begin to decay. They wonder about the meaning of this dying state. And every fucking siren calling at the door. They wait for the moment to send a gun. I'm crashing through the surface. The waves pull me under. I'm drowning in this ocean. It pushes and pulls me to another rising tide. I feel like letting go, 'cause I'm hot for life. I'm crashing through the surface, and I can't see the light. I choke on my words, suffocate on the truth, and spit out the blood of a half-wasted youth. Throw away my life, in the end I hope it was enough. Scared and they start to betray. The essence is remaining, but it's far too late. And every fucking siren calling at the door. They wait for the moment to send a gun. I'm crashing through the surface. The waves pull me under. They won't be satisfied. I'm drowning in this ocean. It pushes and pulls me to another rising tide. I feel like letting go, 'cause I'm hot for life. I'm crashing through the surface, and I can't see the light. If I stay here, will they free my soul? Eviscerate my fear and take me home. If I stay here, will they take my life? I hope it was enough. I hope it was enough. The water's breaking. Our sailors sinking in. My God, I'm drowning. All I hear is crashing through the surface. The waves pull me under. They won't be satisfied. I'm drowning in this ocean. It pushes and pulls me to. I hope it was enough. I can't see the light. I hope it was enough. I hope it was enough. Fuck.
I like that little
Yeah.
F-bomb at the end, huh?
Yeah.
Now,
Alex.
I will say the next time that you can see Envision is
I'll be just fine on my own. Maybe I'll be better off alone. Too many broken bones.
Now you will be able to see Envision on that show at the Sanctuary coming up a week from Friday. It is Archers, Nerve of Virtue, Dead Eyes, and Envision. Tickets are only $25, and you can get your tickets at thesound228.com. And as Jared knows, it may be the beginning of a great friendship with our friends at the Sanctuary.
It felt really good over there the other night. I'm pissed off that I'm not going to be in town for that one. I had no way I can make that one happen. But yeah, that last show, the vibe was good. Everything went real smooth. And like Kevin said, I think that may be the path moving forward.
And we've got that show coming up. And then November 30th, we've got this one with Red Jumpsuit Apparatus and Morning in May. Don't know if there will be a local put on it yet or not, but we will soon find out. In other news, other shows coming to the area. So unfortunately, we had a November 8th show scheduled.
Yeah,
we were doing a November 8th show. Unfortunately, some things fell through on, not really on our end, but on the potential of making sure that it was a sound show, which we're very, very picky on how we do shows. We had to cancel the November 8th show. But some friends picked up a couple of the bands that were on that November 8th show. So coming up November 8th, you will be able to see Left on Red and Etched in Embers at Trax in Long Beach, Mississippi.
Wait a minute.
With Jupiter Pilot. What?
I thought Counterfeit had a show at Trax that night. Did they not? Is it not at Trax?
I don't know. Okay.
Remember we had talked about that? Remember, Kevin?
Yeah.
I told you it was the same night, and I could have swore he said it was at Trax. I'll message him.
Yeah, message him and find out. but
that should be fun.
That's a good show. And then in other news, before we get rolling into the premieres of videos and talking with Lansdowne, in other news, our good friends in Kingdom Collapse signed with Mascot Records. Now, I will say this. This group of four have known about that for a while, but nobody could say anything.
It's like May.
Actually, congratulations to Kingdom Collapse. Yeah. They're getting ready to head out. They're getting ready to head out with Hinder for a few dates next week. So congratulations to them on signing with Mascot Records. If you don't know who is on Mascot Records, Google it and take a look. It's got Any Given Sins on there. 10 Years is on there.
Yeah, Calvin Louise.
Conquer Divide.
Yeah,
there's so many amazing bands on Mascot Records, and I know that the guys in KC are really excited to be part of that team. They actually released a collaborative record today. There's been a reel that's gone out, and it's got all like the hits from there's like 10 Years, KC, Calvin Louise, Conquer Divide, Any Given Sin. The list goes on and on. So go over to Mascot Records on Spotify and check it out. There's a playlist there.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
So it's 8:00, which is normally when we'd bring our guest in. My question to you is, do we do the premiere now? And then all we have the rest of the show is the guest?
I think we should.
Let's just smash it.
Makes sense.
All right. So there's going to be a little bit, this is a two-parter. First part is we're about to premiere the new one from Silvertongue called This Hell. The second part, which I don't think, maybe Jared heard me, but Silvertongue is one of the bands that will be playing Dirty 30 Fest in March.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes. No, nobody knew that. So we're kind of teasing it a little bit, but March 14th will be Dirty 30 Fest. So guys, go ahead and start marking your calendars now, March 14th. Once again, St. Patrick's weekend, and it will be at the Sanctuary. So inside. AC.
Yeah.
In March.
With available Airbnbs.
That's where March. That's when it was last year was March.
But you're saying AC, like air conditioning, like is it that hot
in Mississippi in March? Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, Lisa's been to some July stuff down here.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's not July or August heat, but it's still heat and it's rain.
Yeah.
Right. Well, especially if Jared's there, you know what I mean?
We don't get April showers. We get March storms.
No, you get Jared showers. That's what you get.
That's all the way in the friggin' UK, and he knows that. My shitty weather luck.
So here is the brand new video from Silvertongue. The song is called This Hell. Check it out. Put it in the comments. Let us know what you think and enjoy. Here it is. Silvertongue, This Hell. And you are watching The Sound. Okay,
We've
so
lost Jared.
Jared liked it so much he had to leave the room.
Yeah.
What
I will
happens
say-
when we go to a video and someone
Right.
asks you to that?
Here
Somebody
he
gotta go to
comes.
the
Here he
bathroom.
comes.
I had to pee.
No, I will say this: I've liked Silver Tongue stuff from the get go, but hands down, the best Silver Tongue song ever released.
It was a lot
I
heavier.
was going to touch on that now. And speed
And guess who
went on.
produced that?
Yeah,
Dawson?
this is
It was a
what
Dawson track.
right now for me. And Speed said this himself in the interview he did with Lisa. And you can watch that on our YouTube, people, if you want to see it. It's a really fun interview.
That was a great interview.
Go and watch it. But this goes to show what you can do when you work with the right fucking people.
Yeah.
Like this song and the song before they went to Chris Dawson and he produced it. And they've just leveled up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge advantage in your arsenal when you invest in yourself and you seek out assistance. You know, I mean, you can a great producer and also a songwriter like Chris Dawson can help you really elevate what you have. Not saying that your stuff isn't good enough as it is, but I'll be honest with you, every single band that you listen to that is hitting the Billboard and the rock charts, all that, they're working with someone.
I will give you a prime example. Like some of the best artists out there are working with someone, co-writing and stuff like that. Catch Your Breath are flying right now.
Oh yeah.
And I saw something on Twitter posted by Matt Flood of Caskets. He's actually co-writing the album with Catch Your Breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of Mudvayne put out an album. I forget what they called it. Was it like shit? It was their demos album. They literally put out an album of their demos, which I thought was the coolest fucking thing that a band at their level at the time when they put that out could have ever done, to show you what their songs look like in pre-production when it's kind of like just them and they're fleshing out the ideas after you've already heard it and it's already charted and been super successful on previous albums. Was like, especially somebody who's, you know, wanting to write music at that time and being in bands and stuff. It was like getting a peek behind the curtain. You know what I mean? So it just goes back to like what Lisa's saying. Like, you have to start with something good, but absolutely bring in your best players, for lack of a better term, you know, producers or whatever, to help you get to that next level, because it's a real thing. And all the big artists, you know, they do it.
Well, I mean, and you look at it now. So you got Chris Dawson, you got David Cowell, who did Never Tell and Sleep Theory, and he's doing some other stuff. You've got 12 Stones just worked with Howard Benson.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting ready to do a couple songs with Judge and Jury.
Yep.
So I mean, and everybody's just, and then you've got the Four Horsemen as well that we've had on the show before. So you've got that cluster right there. And that's just a small amount of what's there.
Right.
There are other people out there that are doing just as good, but may not have had that one song break yet.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happens,
there's
another
also
one.
different levels. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like depending on your budget, there's different levels of producers that you can use. So don't think just because you have a minimal budget that this isn't something that's out of your reach. I'm sure that I would love to hear what Lansdowne has to say about this particular topic. Are we ready for them?
Well, I know Glenn is back there. I don't know where the rest are, but we'll bring Glenn in.
Well, they've been waiting.
It was
There
by
he
the
is, that
people
way.
for the people.
Glenn's been sat there patiently waiting and banging his head to all the music videos we've been playing. I've been watching him. How's it going, dude?
I mean, you played some stuff that I know. You've played some stuff that brought me back. I mean, Silver Tongue. We toured with those guys in 2011. Speed, I've known forever. Those guys are. I mean, Kevin's point. That's the best song I've heard from them.
Yeah.
And I literally was on Spotify. like, wait a second. How do I add this to my workout playlist? So
that's what it's all about. So when we were on like an hour ago, where's everybody else at?
So
they're recording, aren't they?
Tracking vocals for a new song on the record as we speak. And so I just got a text from Sean. He's like, John's in the booth. So we're in the middle of making the record. So you know, we've been we thought we made the mistake of the timing of being, you know, up here in the Northeast. and so they're on paid studio time at the moment. We'll
No, all good, to understand.
That's
But
important.
to Lisa's point, let's talk about studio time while you're here, and Lisa, if you want to carry it on, but let's talk about putting that good team around you.
Yeah.
I
Let's talk
mean-
about the importance of taking your songs to a producer, songwriter, whoever you're working with, part of your team, and having them, you bring them the raw material, and how important is that for you to have their assistance in elevating that material to make it something that turns in from something good into something really, really great.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we've been on every kind of side of that. So, we've been blessed to work with some incredible producers. We've worked with, Johnny K, David Bendith, Paul Trust. I mean, we've worked with some top-notch people, and we are now, in a position where our producer is actually Sean Lichtenstein. And it's, but that's taken 15 years of honing his craft. He has produced, not just us, but, bands that you probably know, but other bands that but, Shallow Side, other artists that and that I could see Lisa knows, might know Eric and those guys, but he has honed his craft as a producer and as a songwriter to where, we're able to now pre-pro both, in-house and record with him. And so, being able to see every side of that, to your point before, it's incredibly important, because what you do in pre-pro writing a song versus how somebody from the outside of the band hears it can be night and day. I literally took a song we did back in 2015 or 14 called Back to Life, sounded one way, went to David Bendith, sat in the studio for 2 days. The song came out. And we were like, did we write that?
Right.
It was nothing. The melody was there, but everything else that came out of that was based on somebody that had no vested interest in what we were doing before we got to the studio. So they came with a clear mind. They came with new ideas, fresh ideas, and it created a great song. And so I think now being collaborative in that sense is incredibly important if you want to be able to take your craft and take it to the next level.
It's transformative.
Yeah.
They hear things that you simply don't hear because you're too invested and too emotionally attached.
Yeah.
Would you say that expense-wise, I'm not asking you to share how much you're paying, but would you say that expense-wise that it's a wise investment for your band?
I think so. I think that, if you can get to the point where you see it as an investment in your career, and whether you are independent, whether you are indie or signed to a major, whatever your position is currently, if you can see the value of a third party coming in and creating or taking what you've created and making it better, taking the ego out of it, and understanding that how the consumer and the public hear it will in turn be better. You can't put your money in other places that have equal value, because can I curse? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A shitty song is a shitty song unless, doesn't matter if 1 million people hear it or 10 people hear it. A great song, if done right, can create enough viral movement or enough listeners and shareable moments to where that song becomes a real thing. And so, I think, now I'm listening to songs from bands that I've loved for years that are, as they go producer to producer, think about how different a sound is.
Right.
An artist you listen to where you heard a record and then you heard it with another producer, same band, same 5 members, same vocalist, but it's not the same. And it's wild what a producer can do.
And I think it's important too. A lot of times bands work with the same producer over a very long period of time. And that's where I think the relationship sort of grows stale. I feel like it's important for you to go ahead and you work with somebody on however long that it lasts, but you need to recognize when it's time to move on to someone different, because you need a new set of ears.
Yeah, and your sound evolves. I can attest to, and just in Lansdowne's example, we've kind of, we've been around since, gotta age myself, 2007, and we started as of kind of a pop rock band. Then we moved into this pop punk phase. And then like in our 27, 28, we're like, we want to be a rock band. Like, and so then we came into this rock phase and we put out our first record with Paul Trust. And that was like our first sign of this was authentic. This was us. And then we're getting older and the lyrics start to change and like your experience and what you've lived and seen, that's changed. So like, you know, working with a producer that's seen some stuff or work with some bands that have been on the road or toured the world, or whatever it is, they can bring out that, like, whether that be grit or that authenticity to who you are as an artist a little bit more because it's new to them, you know? So I think I love the idea of working with a producer you've worked with before, but even if it's a one-off, and you see it more now, especially with radio tracks where you've got a producer that does 90% of the record, then you have that radio single that was done by so-and-so. And it's like, there's just a little bit of a different feel to that song than the rest of the record. Or maybe it's a mix, right? That's a big thing now too. You've got a great producer, then we take that to a third party, they mix it, and that brings it home. So I think it just really depends on what the artist feels comfortable. But if you have the budget, and to your point before, there's a budget for everything, for every artist, there really is. And I think with technology, you can do things that you couldn't do previously. Like you can have a guy mix your record that's in LA and you can be in New York and you don't have to be there. You know what I mean? So it's a, you know, it's a different game today.
How much of that is for your band specifically? Because I know plenty of producers who do it both ways. You can do it in-house and you can also just do it literally via the internet. So how does Lansdowne prefer to do that production piece or that recording and production piece? Do you use the same person for the recording and production?
For the last, for the last 2 records, everything has been done in-house with Sean. Sean is one of the main writers, also obviously the lead guitarist, is the producer, the mixer, the like, everything is done on the technical side by him. In terms of the band, we still prefer that ability to get together. Like we were just in Punta Cana for 2 weeks writing the record. I think, you know, like that to us, that ability to be in a room still is, there's nothing like that, right? Because it's like you can write remotely and we can sit in a kind of a Zoom like this and you could have a guy playing a piece on a guitar or John can sing a melody or we can tap something out. But when you're in a room and you're just live and, you know, the idea of fuck it, we'll do it live, it's a different feel, right? It's like just the beauty in what comes out in those moments that, you know, I don't think you get in this situation.
Yeah. I think what you're saying there, like being in the room, and I've heard this from a few bands, is when you're in the room together, you're with your mates, you're doing what you love, you're having a good time, you feed off that atmosphere and you inspire one another.
Yeah.
You know, and you can feel that, you know, someone may just start doing a riff and then someone's, oh, let's drop a beat on that. And, you know, and you feel the emotion and the, you know, the atmosphere at the time to pull out a track.
Just the idea of the old school in the garage jam session, right? Yeah. Like that, like I feel is such a like a foreign
not the Metallica St. Anger sessions.
Yeah,
no, not those. No.
It's you know, you can refine in this environment, but there's nothing like that raw first pass of like a wait, play that riff again. Wait, what did you just say when you were humming a lyric and you didn't even know what you were writing yet? Like there's those moments that you can't replicate, you know, in studio the same way you can in a jam session with guys you've been playing with for, you know, in our case, 17 years, you know, for at least the 3 of us.
I couldn't agree with that statement more. Like really, because we talk to a lot of bands and I think it's great, the technology and everything that people are able to do, and there's music coming out of that. That's great. But to hear you say that as well, that's the side of the coin that I'm on. I've just recently started jamming with some buddies of mine again that we've been playing music for, you know, 15 years, man. It's even weird to say it out loud. And you're right. It was like just the other day we're all warming up and it's like, what are we going to play? I don't know. And then somebody starts noodling on something and then that becomes like a kind of a thing. And then that stops. And then another thing kind of pops up. And then after an hour, you got this kind of A and a B riff. And it's like, where the hell did this come from? And it's like, it's just organic as hell, man.
Yeah. I mean, the beautiful moment when you're like, wait, do that again, almost to the point when if you play, I don't play guitar like the guys do. I play minimally, but when you're like, wait, I don't know what I just played. What do you mean you don't know what you just played? Whatever you just played, do it again. I mean, I think it was, you know what I mean? And you're like, no, it wasn't that. You were up here. It was A, C, and you're trying to like relive those moments. And then when it happens and it clicks again, you're like, and then, the phone comes out and it's like iPhone record. It's like, play it again so I don't forget it,
That's right. That's right. As the vocalist, you're like trying to hum. No, you did like a no, it wasn't like that. No. Play it a different way. Like, not like that. Yeah, that's what you did. And the guitar was like, I guess, I don't know.
There's something very special about being sequestered, and having those moments just to yourself. And when someone can't sleep at 2 a.m. and they're down in the kitchen making a snack or doing whatever, and then somebody else does something, or you hear someone doing something, you're like, wait a minute, wait. I want to go back to bed, man. No. Come here.
No. And then it's a 3-hour session, and you're like, damn it.
Right. And then your buddies are watching.
Everybody get up!
Right. Well,
Go ahead.
okay. I was going to say, do we want to get into a video for people who might not be familiar with Lansdowne and show them what they're about?
So yes, we can. So we have a visualizer because the actual video doesn't come out till the 26th. Is that what you said?
Yeah, the song doesn't actually drop until October 24th. But when this came up, we were originally dropping the song, I think, in a week, and then label stuff, blah 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 blah. So I'm like, Kevin was like, do you have any the video? And I'm like, give me like a day. And so we cranked out a little visualizer, like a lyric video, and like the music video, the song, like whoever's listening, like this song comes out in 2.5 weeks. But like we wanted to bring something new off the record that we were like, this is something we wrote when we were in, actually, a side note, we wrote this portion of this song, 10 years ago, out on the road with Pop Evil and Puddle of Mud, and like in the middle of nowhere. It was a song that was worked on and like reconfigured probably, 12 times over the last. It was just, and then second nature, we came to Punta Cana about in August, and then all of a sudden we were like, remember that song, Burn It Down? And like, because John had a vocal melody, but like the instrumentation was a little dated, I guess would be the best way to put it. So we were like, but I love the melody. So we were like, what about, and Sean started playing a riff. And then again, those moments were in a little, in a villa in Punta Cana, I'm tapping on a table. Josh has got a guitar. And all of a sudden this song and this verse and chorus came, and we were like, it's got to go on the record. Then it went on the record, and it's the first song we're releasing, or not, one of the first songs we're releasing, where we're like, okay, this is back to a little bit of what people knew of Lansdowne with Blue Collar Revolver, where we wanted to come back to that authentic sound of like, I don't care what anyone thinks, I don't care what labels or radio, this record is like what we want to write.
Awesome. Well, normally we would have Jared say, tell us everything or tell us nothing, but you already did, so we're just going to roll in. We're going to roll into the visualizer right now. Here is Lansdowne. It is Burn It Down, and you are watching the sound.
Choice was your heart that tired. Left me hearing things and then found a better man when you came back around. Don't test fire. It's so good. You built this house only to burn it down. You threw it away. You walked away. Yeah.
Sure did. I left everybody on mute. Everybody, hold on. I was like, damn, I don't
There
think I
we
muted
go,
everybody.
Kevin, there we go.
Everybody's been quiet. I didn't realize I
Yeah,
muted
we're all
everybody.
quiet. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful lyrics.
I
Yes.
I don't know who I was talking to on the socials when we were going back and forth, but they were like, "Was it you? Was it? Let me know. Let me know what you think of the song. Let me know what you think of those fucking guitar tones, man. You just don't hear those sort of guitar tones.
Thank
It's
you. Yeah,
different. And then
he took him. I think funny. I sent Kevin like a bunch of like the writing versions because it's like when you start to build your circle, you trust ears that listen to this type of music often, and like when you're trying to figure out what's going on the record, everyone has a difference of opinion. Like I mean, the amount of songs we wrote for this record that like John's like it's that one, or I'm like no, or the label, or this guy, and it's like. You just have to take all of those opinions into account and make the best decision possible. So like, I sent Kevin like, a bunch of these tracks and like, if you go back and listen to the first version of like verse chorus is what we did for all of the tracks, sending them back and forth to the label. When Sean dialed this tone in, which came in Punta Cana, we didn't change the tone when he got to the studio when we did it for real. He hit something and it was like, oh, like it was just dirty enough, a little distort. It's got that high end. It was just like kind of a different vibe. So we kept it,
and it just works perfectly with those vocals as well. It just hits.
Yeah, thank you.
So my question is, I've got this picture I'm about to flash up, and I'm wondering.
Yeah. You're probably going to ask the same question I'm going to ask.
Poor Matt's got to make a trip to London again.
Wait, what?
Wait,
y'all are heading to Europe.
We are going back to Europe. This is kind of our thing. We've, we're with a European label. This will be our second European headline tour, our fifth trip over. And it's funny because Matt mentioned something about Raptors who out of Bristol, and they are with the same agent as us, and they were brought up in a conversation, if they're listening, for support on the tour. So
fucking do it. I am telling you now.
Give me a reason to fly.
I'm gonna give you a reason, Lisa.
I'll be there though. Underworld, great little venue.
Oh, it's a great venue.
Yeah, I'll be there, man.
Awesome,
we'll catch up.
Our guest, if you can make it, let us know. You'll our guest, absolutely.
I'll be there.
Did you say it's your fifth time to Europe?
So let's see. We signed our first deal, in 22. We did. We supported Ice Nine Kills in summer of 23. Then we went back in fall, late winter of 23 with Thunder Mother. Then we did summer with Red of 24. We did our first headline tour in fall of 24. 25, we've been making the record, and so this will be our fifth time over for our second headline tour in April, and then we're back in the summer. Yeah.
Oh,
man.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there.
I might be.
I'm about 3 hour drive away, but I'll just drive up. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm used to doing that. And yeah, if fuck me, Lansdowne and Raptors, I'm gonna get on to Simon and be like, do it.
And I'm gonna be messaging Simon as well. Yeah.
So that's AFM Records, right?
Was AFM.
Okay.
We finished that deal with the Medicine record, and now we're with Odyssey.
Okay.
So this next record's coming out through them, which we're stoked for. I mean, Ulysses and Bjorn over there, the labels out of Germany. It's funny, man. We've done the US thing since, have toured heavily for 2007 to 2015. Took a little bit of time, and we kind of got this resurgence in 22 when a label was like, hey, we want to sign you guys. We're like, where are you from? Hamburg, Germany. Sean and I were like, is this a real thing? It was like an email. And we were like, well, let's just see if they're going to give us a cool deal. So we put all these specs together and sent it over. And they were like, cool. Can you guys fly over here to sign it? And we're like, wait, what? Over, signed that deal, did the record, did a bunch of tours. And then Odyssey came along thanks to our radio rep, Claudia, who does our radio in GSA. And it's been awesome. So we put the last Make It a Lie and Four Wheel Freedom out through them so far. And this record will go out through them.
Nice. Very nice. So how does that happen?
I mean, fucking man, a lot of luck. I mean, we've been doing this for so long. You know, I think it's right place, right time. A lot of, you know, just kind of we've kept going for as long as we have. We've changed sounds. We've done a couple of things, but the reality is we just, you know, we've networked with the right people, and it's led to the right relationships and the right people who believed in us. And, you know, it's unique for us because, you know, in the very beginning, we never signed a traditional deal. Like we raised private equity, like money through private equity. We did it all ourselves, maintained our rights, maintained our autonomy, and built something just based on our experience and expertise. So we could, in one point in time, have control over our future and not be locked into these, as you guys, I'm sure, talked about with other bands, these just shitty deals. And, you know, then so when we got that AFM offer, they gave us everything, and the head of A&R, Nils, was awesome, and it was a great deal, and it was a great time. And then there were some changes at the label. We got an option to exit. We exited, and then Odyssey came along at the right time. They saw us at a show in Vienna on the last tour, and they were kind of this hybrid management label, and they were like, hey, we want to sign you to a one record deal, 15 songs, blah, 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 blah. And we're like, cool, let's see how that goes. So it's kind of this interesting joint venture where we can work with them and kind of put this record out and, you know, kind of see what happens next.
And then
I love everything you said. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I didn't let that go without commenting on that.
Yeah.
That was great.
The importance of networking in this industry is 101, 100%.
Yeah, it's, you know, and I think bands, you know, when you tour as much as we did back then, and you know, we've had different management companies over the years, and, you know, I've been with some big management companies, some small managers. But the reality is, and you guys see this all too often, where it's like, it's really the band members who make friends with other bands. And at the end of the day, if a band's going out on tour, screw the label and the booking agent. And if a band wants to take a band out, the band's going to make that decision, right? Like if it's our headline tour and someone said, hey, take this band out or bring your friends out, we're probably bringing our friends, whether people like it or not. Like, that's our call in that position. So you start to meet bands, and like there's a band out of the UK, Defects, which like we met at Grass Pop.
Yes.
Sick as fuck live.
Defects did the Make It Alive music video.
All right, I'm out.
Dude.
Yes.
We lost
Defects
Kevin.
fucking rocks. Oh my God, I love Defects.
He left the chat. Dude, listen. Like,
Lisa, look, when Lisa does something like that, she doesn't do it very often. Show's over. Done.
I have seen Defects in like the tiniest little, most awkward bar in Manchester.
I probably think I probably know where you saw that.
Satan's Hollow.
Yeah.
It's at the round stage.
It's like maybe 100 people in there if you're lucky. Yeah.
I love it. Oh my gosh, what a great band. That's crazy.
It was also one of those. So we played Grass Pop. We opened the main stage last summer, and we met these guys in the Artist Lounge, and they were like, listen, we're in Europe. We're kind of loud Americans. It's a thing. And then all of a sudden comes a bunch of loud Englishmen. And I meet David, who's the bass player, for the first time at the bar of the Artist Lounge. And we're like a couple of drinks in. They're 3 hours into drinking, like based on the timing of the sets. And it was like just one of those like instant like moments where you're like, we're going to be friends. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and so the rest of the night, just drinking, watching Bring Me the Horizon, watching all these bands backstage, side stage. And it was just this connection. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we just signed a mascot. Oh, we're over here. And then, you know, David, you know, fast forward 7 months, made Make It Alive. You know what I mean? He did all the post-production with Ben on that video. So it's, you know, I talk to those guys, Ben and David specifically, you know, all the time. And it's like just watching a band grow like that, the Trivium tour, things they've done. It's cool. Like, it's like you're rooting for your friends. And so it's just that band in particular. It's like, I'm a big fan.
Well, the last question I have is, speaking of networking, what's it going to take to possibly get Lansdowne into Biloxi, Mississippi?
We've played Biloxi, Mississippi about 4 times, but back in 2011 to 2015, we haven't been back since then. But
That
what would it
was-
take? It would take a night, it's just a conversation with.
Where did you play?
Oh man, we were there with Jesus. I gotta look. We played with Saving Abel. We were there with let's see,
So-
Saving Abel. We did Pop.
I would be
Evil.
willing to say Juke Joint or Thunder's Tavern. Is
That
probably
the second one sound. I mean, here's what I remember. I remember a mother-daughter who looked like they were the same age, and that's a whole other story.
Thunder's Tavern. That's exactly what that one is.
That was
And I know the mother-daughter very well.
Oh shit!
Fuck,
I
who knows?
think-
I might have seen y'all and not even known it. I might have been drunk off my ass. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm impressed that he kind of even knew a little bit at all. Because if he asked me certain things, I'm like, I don't know. We played a few places. I don't remember.
like trying to sideswipe back to tour history from
Yeah.
but
No,
no,
we should get you down there, man. We should get you down there for sure.
We drop our new record comes March 20th. Before that's the date of the record. We are back in Europe in April. We are literally in the midst of booking a bunch of US tour dates that lead up to the record in March. So I think there's a lot of flexibility right now, because at the end of the day, when it comes to the US market, Sean and I and John pretty much have say over what we're doing. We have an agent for Asia, South America, and Europe, who's awesome. But like the US, we've kept our autonomy right now to figure out what we want to do next. But there'll be a lot more US shows coming in.
I know there's a date March 14th down in Mississippi that
I heard a March.
we may be able to slide you on.
Earlier. I mean, talk about a 10-year reunion with those guys. I mean, listen.
Anyway,
Kevin, let's have that talk.
let's talk. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely be at that Underworld show in London, 100%. Unless something drastic happens, I will fucking be there.
Awesome, dude.
All right. Well, if somebody's looking for Lansdowne, where can they find him? I know Lisa already put it in the chat, but where can they find you guys easiest?
The website, lansdownemusic.com. Every tour date, every merch item, every social media platform is all right there.
And where are you most active on social media? Would that be Instagram?
Instagram. I'd like to say TikTok, but we're a little we haven't yet dialed that in. So Instagram and Facebook, but Instagram specifically is where we were hands down most active. So it's the easiest place. And we've got a social manager, but we handle, as Matt mentioned before, most of our DMs. So if you want to slide into our DMs, it's probably one of the three of us responding.
That's okay, because when you're sliding into RDMs too, you never know who you're going to get. You're either probably talking to me, most likely me, but then again, sometimes Matt. So
Sometimes Kevin.
And it's never me unless they text me and say, "Hey, you need to go answer this."
yeah.
I remember trying to get when I saw a couple of the episodes, and it was like, then I started seeing like your countdown and I'm like, these guys are like, you're playing music that like bands that I got into before anyone, and I'm like, they're onto something with what they're doing, and I'm like, hey, do you guys want to talk, maybe?
Yeah.
So it was awesome when you guys came back and you were like, yeah, let's, we got this date, but so thanks for having us. I appreciate it.
Of
Thanks
course.
for being on.
The question I do want to ask, we haven't got the graphic in there. Now, obviously the single was supposed to release a little bit earlier than what it is. Now, we're supposed to be spinning it all day on the sound tomorrow. Can we still
listen, that's the point. This is like the beauty in like rock and roll. It's like, it's uploaded and ingested to all the DSPs. It's not going to drop until the 24th, but should you want to hear it, this currently is the only place to hear it.
There you go. You heard it, everyone. If you want to hear it, it's spinning all day tomorrow.
What?
Kevin, have you loaded it in, or do I need to go and load it in now?
And why has no
you're
one
gonna need to
notified
load
the
it in.
social media manager? Hello. Hi.
You've got the graphic. It's fine.
No, sir.
I got nothing.
No, you sent the graphic for Silver Tongue.
Right.
Well, fuck it. Looks like I'm working after this podcast, doesn't it?
There you go.
Yeah,
It
so
works.
tomorrow, tune in to the Sound 228 spin start at midnight.
There you go.
They will.
You heard it. We all heard it here
Yeah.
first just now.
You got you got 3 hours.
I'm literally going and doing it now.
Right.
Nice.
Anyway. Anyway, thank you, Glenn, for coming on
Yes.
and representing your band, Lansdowne. I really hope I can make that London show in April. Matt, mark your calendar.
Oh, I'm going to be there, whether you're there or not. You know,
Well,
that's another matter.
There you go.
Love the energy, man. I love the experience and the energy and the music, dude. So thank
Yeah.
you for
Great
chatting with us.
Thank you.
tonight.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Great conversation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Glenn.
you. We appreciate.
So
Yeah. What a
one
great
thing
song.
one thing I want to do, and apparently there was some miscommunication when I was explaining why we canceled a show. We did not cancel a show because these two bands weren't to our
Oh my
par.
God, no.
No.
I don't
we
know
don't.
who
Wait.
thinks that.
Wait, what did you
But-
say, Kevin? These two bands were. I didn't hear what you said.
So when I said we were canceling a show because we're picky on who our full band lineup is and making sure that a sound show is a sound show, and we couldn't make it all work, so we canceled the show. And these two bands were on the show. Somebody was like, "Oh my God, they canceled that show because they don't like Left on Red and Etched in Embers." Whoever said that, go fuck yourself.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah, that was it. That was not what he meant. What honestly, Kevin,
No.
I mean, we went through like
It was the problem was we didn't have a headliner. I'll just plain and
and
simple. We went through
sent out
everybody.
we sent out multiple emails, and we had a couple different bands that were like, we're gonna try, and it fell through. This is the nature of booking shows. People are touring, they have routing issues, that it's all this different type of shit. And we couldn't put together a total stacked lineup that we needed. Those two bands are great bands that we've supported multiple times on this show. You just can't go out and put a full production show on and only have two bands or three bands or
At the
one band.
establishment that we wanted to have it at, let's also make that clear. We needed an additional band.
Right. And
So
we just couldn't pull it off. And
Right.
it, unfortunately,
to look at it from the even bigger picture, and Kevin mentioned this at the beginning of the show, we were going to do the D'Iberville thing again, which was a great venue. And I'm not saying that we won't go back there, because we may, but in between having 12 Stones in D'Iberville, which was a great show, and then doing this last show at the Sanctuary, like Kevin said, we've realized what the benefits of going to the Sanctuary are, and we want to move in that direction too. So it was like two things happened at the same time. We didn't have a headliner.
Originally, our November 8th show, when we decided not to do the community center, we were going to move it to the Sanctuary, but the Sanctuary already had somebody booked that date, so we couldn't.
Correct. And again, not just that, we didn't have the total bill booked, the total package.
Right.
Don't take that out of context. Total package, meaning we didn't have enough bands. It's just that simple. So that's what it was.
But that show right there is going to be one hell of a show at Track. So
yeah, of course it is.
Make sure you get out and get your tickets. I'm not sure how you get your tickets. If you can get tickets early, it's only $15 to see those three bands, including Jupiter Pilot, which is a band that we supported from day one.
Yeah,
I mean, day fucking one.
We had Etched in Embers on 1,000
to have
times.
one of their songs produced.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And Left on Red has been on the show. We haven't had them on a live show yet.
We've premiered Left on Red. We premiered Etched in Embers. Like,
we are
just because we couldn't put on the show that we
100% support.
Yeah, we are not. This has nothing to do with them at all. So if you want to,
and I'm going to be in
no
Mississippi
reason,
that weekend, so I'm probably going to be at the show too. So
yeah, if you want to go stir shit for no reason, go fuck yourself.
There we go.
Shit, she has.
Y'all got Lisa cussing on the live.
Yeah, no, enough. Enough is enough.
All right, so on with that. Sorry, I started all that. I just got a little upset.
No, I'm just glad we clarified that, because, like Lisa said, if you want to stir shit, that's your prerogative, but we don't want any misinterpretations of what we meant by that.
Don't worry, you're all giving me time to load in this track, so it's all good.
And Brandy will be hosting that show too.
Tickets
So
are Tickets are $15 on the
Yep.
door.
on the door. Okay.
Yep. They're on the door.
All right. There you go. $15. Etched in Embers, Left on Red, Jupiter Pilot, hosted by Brandy. It's going to be one hell of a night.
Be great.
The sound is going to be helping push that show too. So, I mean, we would not ignore that show with those three bands on it. So I promise you that, because it was ours first.
Kevin's just
Yeah,
had
Yeah.
That's all good. It's good. No, I'm actually glad that Brandy was able to find a place for them to play.
No,
that's
I'm
great.
kidding.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad that they were able to play, and because I felt bad because they asked us if we were going to cancel it a couple of weeks before that, and I said no, because we had a line on a headliner for that, and then the headliner fell through, and then I finally told them, yeah, we're going to cancel it. And they're like, well, we need to find a show. But Brandy was able to find them a show and a place to do it and get it all done. So
Yeah, it's great.
party on.
Party on, yeah.
Grudge match.
Yeah.
So the winner, and I've already lined out for the next one too. So the winner of the grudge match and heading into the Grudge Match Hall of Fame again is Envision with their song Siren Song.
All
Oh
right.
yeah. Well done,
Congratulations
boys.
to Envision. But I will tell you this. So that
Proud of the
means
fellas.
Next week we have 2 new challengers. And it'll be Silver Tongue versus Outlier.
Oh, what an asshole you
That's
are.
going to be a tough one.
What an ass. What an ass.
Also, I will be on a plane flying to London next Wednesday. So our writer for the Sound 228 magazine, Ms. Gina Capello, will be stepping in for me here on the podcast. So
I'm
I will-
excited.
Yeah, man.
She is new to our team, and I had a conversation with her this weekend about being on the podcast. She's really excited, and she's young enough to be my daughter.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
While we're talking about Gina, I want to give her. I've seen her in the comments earlier.
Yeah.
Yes.
She is been loading in the magazine. She's taken over the loading in of the magazine, and she has absolutely fucking smashed it. I haven't had to touch it this month. Kevin's literally had to go in and do his parts with the ads, but she has absolutely fucking nailed it.
Look at these guys throwing the flames out there. Congrats, fellas. Y'all deserve it.
And on that note, the magazine comes out Friday.
Yep.
It does.
Do you have a cover?
And the cover of the magazine is a band
Yes.
that we will have here in Biloxi on October 10th.
Fuck yeah.
Archer.
So, if those of you who are attending the show go online and go and get yourself an
I can't-
Archers,
I can't guarantee you get it in time.
Yeah.
and
no.
well, no, but you can have a magazine,
I'm just saying, I
right?
cannot guarantee they would get it by the 10th if they ordered it on the 3rd. So
So you can have a magazine of every band that you see at that show if you go into that show, because Archers, Nerve, of Virtue, Dead Eyes, and Envision all have covers on our magazine.
They do.
Yeah, they absolutely do. They absolutely do. And
Yep.
there are a few orders from the Nerve magazine that I got to get sent out. They'll be sent out tomorrow. So hopefully those will be there to anybody who's going to the show in time. So
Yeah.
all right.
I love it.
We will talk
All
to
right.
you next week as we have Treasure and Gears with us next week. The grudge match will be Outlier versus Silver Tongue, and we're going to have a good time. So make sure you join us next week, and we appreciate you joining us tonight. Talk to everybody later.